Hey, good stuff. Okay. I think that's everything. I'll see if anybody else jumps on. Ethan, good to see you here. I know it's early in the US. I appreciate anybody kind of getting up early or late to come to my webinar. It's good to see people attend from any which way.
Good morning.
Hi, John. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. Where are you calling in from?
From Norway,
Good.
Bergen.
Good. Glad you can make it. Right. So
Unmute myself now, so you can have the meeting.
yeah, I think we'll have a small crowd anyway. So, good morning, Keith.
Michael, how are you?
I'm good. It's good to see you, talk to you again.
Yeah, thanks, man. I just got to say, I'm going to have to drop off quite soon. Are you going to have a recording?
Yeah, it's been live streamed and the recording will be in the group, mate. We'll tag you. No worries.
Perfect. Thanks a lot.
No worries. Okay. Okay, I'll get started. So it's this one, I think, how to create a high ticket offer that gets people to buy. So if you haven't got an offer that gets people to buy, you're not going to make many sales, or you're not going to actually have a business, period. So having a high converting offer is essential for whatever business you have. And hopefully through this presentation, I'll give you some ideas in terms of how I crafted an offer that, gets people to buy, and how you can take away some of those ideas and use it in your own business as well. So on this webinar, you will learn, what is an offer, because a lot of people just don't know what an offer is, period. They think a list of services is an offer, and it is not. Number two is the 6 ingredients of an irresistible offer. So I'll go through each one with some examples. And I will show you my Google Doc walkthrough, my kind of 4-page Google Doc walkthrough. And I'll give you actually, guys, a template you can use to take away yourselves and kind of, craft your own offer. Because this stuff doesn't have to be hard. Everybody thinks, oh, I need, landing pages and kind of all that sort of stuff. Actually, I have a simple Google Doc that has made me multiple sales just from this one document. So it doesn't really have to be that hard. So I will get on the right-hand side there, you have like a process. That's actually from $100 million $100 million offers, whereby it focuses on the, dream outcome, the problems and obstacles you're going to solve, list those problems because you're in the problem-solving business, going from, unhappy face to, happy face. And then through that, you list all of those problems, focus on the high value, low cost problems, and then create your offer stack around that. So I'll be going through kind of those elements in this webinar. So what is an offer? So on the left-hand side, you have like a big circle with your zone of genius. Basically, that is all your knowledge, skills, experience. But your offer is only a subset of your zone of genius. You do not have to try and overwhelm your prospect with all of your skills and experience, because that will just overwhelm and they'll shut down and you'll probably not get a client. So your offer is just a subset. I always kind of think in terms of the 80-20 rule. What's the 20% that can get the 80% of your results? So that is really what your offer is. And it is not the total sum of your skills, knowledge, abilities, program. It's not a program, it's not a webinar, It's none of those things. It's one offer is a client-driven offer expresses only a part of your genius related to the outcome you're promising. Again, I come back to that problem solution. You're solving the number one problem your client is losing sleep over, and an outcome that's going to get them that result that they want. So is everybody clear on that? That's a really fundamental issue. I think a lot of people think about, your offer is not a list of skills in terms of NLP, hypnotherapy, all of these type of list of, that is not your offer. That is your skill base. Your offer is that transformation you get from your client and the outcome they want. So we'll talk about more about actually how to craft that later on. So what is a client-driven offer? So I've got an example here of a relationship coach. Now, the skills within a relationship can be, marriage counseling, dating, attraction, non-violent communication, cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, addiction, depression management. So all of these different skills that, that would have, but that is not your offer. If you were just listing that in your profile and kind of that, you'd probably overwhelm in terms of confuse your prospect about actually what you do, and the confused prospect doesn't buy. So what an offer is potentially is a 4-week relationship reboot for loving couples who've lost their intimacy in and after the birth of their first child and know they need to rekindle it before it's too late. So it's getting really granular and really specific around a burning problem that you're so people understand that. It's kind of getting really granular in terms of that is a much more attractive offer. If you're in that space dealing with kind of having problems in your relationship and we're looking for that reboot, that would be an attractive offer if you put in front of that right type of people. So how do we actually craft this type of offer? So basically 6 ingredients of an irresistible offer. So 1, dream outcome. You've got to sell that better version of themselves, that dream that better ideal day that they're looking for. 2 is a unique mechanism. You want to be setting yourself apart from everyone else, so creating a unique mechanism about what you do. 3, time and price. You want to be in terms of the time bound, in terms of what they're going to achieve this outcome that they want, and a price point that reflects the value that you're bringing. 4, it's tangible. It just it actually they can self-identify. Actually, it is something they actually want, and when they read it. 5, bonuses, whereby you're actually adding more value to your kind of base offer that actually is good, if not better than actually the base offer. So it actually becomes a no-brainer. And then 6, guarantees, whereby you're actually doing a risk reversal, whereby you're actually guaranteeing that they actually will get that result. Now, guarantees are a kind of a double-edged sword. I'll talk about that later. Whether people put a guarantee in, it could actually be a slave whereby you actually guarantee something you can't deliver, which is you don't want to be in that situation. So go into the first is dream outcome. Now, everybody wants the dream outcome. They're not you don't wake up in the morning and people don't want a coach. They wake up in the morning with a problem that needs solved and they want it solved and they want to have a better life because of it. It's the benefit from the outcome. So we want our offer to be a painkiller for our ideal client. And it needs positions a must-have that it will get them from where they are to where they want to be. So it's that you are in the transformation game of transforming them from pain to pleasure. And it has to be a must-have. It's not a kind of nice to have. I think a lot of people have some offers that are nice to have, and they're getting, I'll have to think about it, and they get more objections actually on a sales call. So it needs to be positioned actually, yeah, this is exactly what I need. And, and I believe that you can solve this problem for me. So that's the dream outcome. And on the right hand side, you have that formula. If anybody's familiar with Alex Hormozi's $100 million offer, you're probably familiar with this formula. It's where basically the top is that dream outcome people want, the perceived likely of achieving that outcome, divided by the time delay of actually achieving it, and the perceived effort they'll have to do to achieve that. So get the maximum value is kind of maximize the top level, maximize the top line, minimize the bottom line. So if you can achieve a dream outcome without kind of, perceived effort that they have to do or the time delay that they have to achieve that, you've got a winning offer. People understand that? Yep. Good stuff. I'm not saying anything anybody doesn't know already, I'm sure. So unique mechanism, very important. People, I see it all the time where people just they have an offer, but it's very similar to what other people are doing. They've got to you've got to put your own stamp and your own flavor around what you're doing. It doesn't have to be revolutionary in terms of kind of something that's way out there. Kind of, I can't think, something really unique. It's very difficult actually to find something really unique, but you can just tweak it to kind of suit your own perspective or something you're bringing to an existing service that in the way you do it. So it's I help my ideal client solve a specific problem and achieve their dream outcome in a unique way. So people don't want improvements, they want new opportunities. This is a very good thing. Everybody thinks, oh, I'll just improve kind of what I have at the minute. That's one, it's very difficult to kind of get that across in a message. People are more interested in something new, a new opportunity, given kind of the shiny objects, they're shiny objects for a reason. So, but the new opportunity you want to present is something around the way you're doing your services. So think about something you can give your client and a name around that, some kind of intellectual property around that you can position yourself as different in the market. Make sense? Next, timing and price. Very important. Obviously, price is very important for us in the industry. So, the price of program is X, and so X dollars paid across 16 weeks now. I've moved kind of from 12 weeks. I used to have a 12-week program, now 16 weeks. I think 16 weeks is a great kind of duration for a program, and you should be having a program, by the way. You shouldn't be doing hourly rates or just trading your time for money. You should be getting leverage from your program over a period of time. So you're getting cash flowed for 16 weeks. I'm very much into weekly payments now rather than lump sum. Now, I'm not against lump sum kind of payments. And in the second one, it says, or you want this, you can put a discount, save 20% if you pay an amount now. That will make X dollars, what works best for you. So it's really two options, lump sum or a payment over 16 weeks for your program. What do people usually do? They on lump sum or you're a weekly payment? Weekly, or what would you rather have, weekly or just one lump sum? No, I certainly am weekly. If I have someone paying $250 a week, I can generate, $2,000 to $3,000 a week just from, 5 or 6 clients. So I would rather have my cash flowed, have to worry about getting clients every single month rather than 16 weeks of cash flow. And then if I have a program for 16 weeks, then at halfway through, say 8 weeks, then I need to start doing promotion for my next program. So I continually have this cycle of 16 weeks. So I can maintain my cash flow rather than going every month, oh God, going from up and down. I need to go and find, 3 clients who are going to pay me, $3,000. And in these more challenging economic times, most people don't have that kind of money just lying around. So having a low value per week is perceived doable for more than just having, say, a lump sum. Monthly or weekly lump sum discount, yeah. You can have monthly or weekly, Ethan. I say I'm a big fan of weekly. Because basically you've just got cash flow every week. You know, there's a Stripe account hitting your account every single week rather than on the monthly. Lump sum discount, John, yeah. Certainly, if you're happy with that. But you have the discount. If you're kind of having that save 20%, have the incentive for people actually to pay you know, on the call. Hey, within the next 24 hours, I'll be 20% off of the program value. Next, tangible. So there's a lot of details in your offer. It's like, you know, when you're listing down all the data, you want to take out the core solutions that have trimmed and stacked and focus on them in our marketing and sales. So we obviously want to promote what we're doing, but you can get overwhelmed and confuse your prospect in terms of kind of the elements. So you want to be focusing on where the high leverage aspects for. So make it as tangible as possible. So on the right hand side, we have I guess it's kind of virtual assistant in terms of appointment setting. So done for you VA recruitment. So kind of like you're making, you know, we'll find the top 1% virtually and train them. So you're saying, yeah, we'll manage your group for you. We'll do a done for you appointment setter recruitment and training. And we'll plumb into our training module, setter school, grant them access to support calls, personal coach. So you're making it as tangible and as exciting as possible to make it as attractive as possible. I'm focusing on maybe the points of that people say, well, if I have got a virtual assistant, God, I've got to train them. I've got to kind of that. Well, no, we've got actually, they're all trained, they're recruited. You don't have to do anything. All you have to do is turn up and select the right virtual assistant for you. So we're making it as frictionless and as tangible as possible. Bonuses, very, very important. Something I only got laterally kind of in terms of getting more people over the line. You know, if you're just maybe just going through your offer and it's on the fence, or people kind of think, well, this sounds really good, but I'm not too sure. Once you kind of maybe stack 3 or 4 bonuses on it that are as good, if not better, than actually your core program, watch how many more conversions you'll get. So I would think about something of high value you can put within your program that will get people, you know, to yes more. So a great way to add more perceived value. Now, on the right hand side here, we have a number of bonuses for people. I usually stick with about 4. That's that, but you know, these are all to do again with virtual assistant. You know, content mastery system, daily rhythms checklist, for hiring VAs, productivities, group. This is more about Facebook groups with virtual assistants. So we'll grow your group. We'll hire and train a setter for you. We'll have sales calls reviews. So just taking core elements of your program, whether kind of like you can do done with you or done for you elements, to kind of say, well, this is providing so much value to kind of the core offer that actually it does become a no-brainer. Like if you have resources you can add to your core offer of people on specific elements of it. Hey, I know Jane is here and she has a core offer and she adds additional resources to her core offer. You know, that adds so much more value rather than just I do X, Y, and Z. Quick question, does the offer have to be presented in order as shown in the webinar, or use any order that fits? or offer the best. My offer kind of structured is like, big sexy title, kind of that in terms of like a 12-week, 16-week journey from X to Y, showing the transformation. Here's what you're going to get, the resources in terms of you're stacking with value, all the core elements that are part of your services, the transformation, the core pillars of your program. And then, you might flavor in terms of the bonuses we are going to provide is X, Y, and Z. We have specialist consultant or kind of, people that can help you with this, X, Y, and Z as well. Add so much value in that, what they're going to get. And then probably next slide is take them through the timeline. Hey, week 1, we're going to be doing this. Week 2, we're going to be doing this. Week 3. And then they can see all of this good stuff of the value you provide, and then put it over a timeline. The kid can say, yep. And on week 3, we're going to be focused on X, Y, and Z, which I know you were, and then tie it back to kind of something they are dealing with, to kind of give them a kind of fancy, yep, that you're going to solve that particular thing that was holding them back. So kind of value in terms of what you're going to get, timeline, sessions, and then price. No more than 4 slides. You don't need, your core offer shouldn't be more than 4 slides. Does that help, Ethan? So I take it in chronological order, and then the price slide would be just, hey, price is this, discount for paying lump sum now or weekly payments of this. That's it. Next, bonuses, guarantees. Now, these are, I don't particularly use guarantees myself because you can get in all sorts, guarantees increase conversions because you're actually doing the risk reversal whereby you're taking the risk. You're taking well, this could be a no-brainer for you. The guarantees are only there to kind of get over that question in your prospect's mind is when it comes to what if it doesn't work for me, So there really is 2, is unconditional guarantees, for whatever reason. This could be forever, a certain direction, 30-90, we do a guarantee for over the duration of your program. Or conditional guarantees. If you don't hit goal in time frame, we will give your money back. You don't hit goal time frame, we will work with you free until you do. That's a very popular one at the minute. If you don't hit goal time frame, we will cancel your contract. But for coach, I love conditional guarantee. The stipulation conditions need to be reasonable for both you and the client. Very important. You could sign yourself up to, hey, I'll hit 10,000 in 90 days, and or we'll work for free until you do. So you could have a situation where people just are not putting in the work, but you're kind of on the hook to get them to that first, that monetary milestone. So that's why it's very careful that need to be reasonable for both you and the client in terms of guarantees. I personally don't use guarantees because there's just too many variables in it in terms of the people have to do the work. You as a coach, you're not there to kind of make people do the work. They have to do the work themselves. So, but it might be different for different niches, different industries. But for me personally, it's I don't particularly like guarantees, but they're there as really to get people maybe they're off the fence and kind of make them to make a purchasing decision. Does anybody use guarantees in their business? Just a quick one. No. No, John, I wouldn't. No, it's sort of I've talked to some very other people. They started with guarantees and got all sorts of problems with guarantees. So they've actually they don't do them now. But they're certainly there for if you feeling, you know, you need to get people off the fence. Yeah, too dangerous in coaching. Yeah, John, I agree. Plus, it's actually setting you up in some ways. If you're actually guaranteeing something, like actually in the mind of a prospect, kind of maybe it actually there might be some reverse psychology about that, whereby why would you need to guarantee something if you sort of do you not believe in your coaching? So there's two sides to this. So yeah, it's a tricky one. Yeah. Yeah, Jane, commitment 100%. Right. So taking all of that, so this is sort of an internal thing. It's not like your offer. I would, before you even get to a presentation of an offer, getting clarity about your offer in terms of, so this is sort of a template that I've used to sort of get clarity in terms of what it, offer name. Kind of think of big sexy name in terms of what your offer is. This program is designed to help what your niche is, achieve dream outcome, whatever that, using unique mechanism. That is that's a good starting point. I help busy professionals achieve their fitness goals using our 90-day ab whatever 90-day get in shape program off the top of my head. It's sort of being specific about it, and I come back to that unique mechanism again. Having a unique mechanism. There is a lot of things like without doing this or without I think having something around you as some intellectual property is much more powerful than sort of just saying, that they don't have to, without, again, breeds in, it's going to be easy. They don't have to do this. So if you doing something, it needs to, it needs to have weight in terms of what they have to put their effort in. Deliverables, say core deliverable 1, all listing kind of all what the outcomes or kind of the mini outcomes that can be that when you go through. So that's kind of links back into your pillars of your program, kind of what there was micro kind of deliverables that kind of were going to accumulate to that final result and outcome that your client wants. And put some cool names around it, sort of like, when you're explaining it to your prospect, that they can self-identify. Yep, I understand what you're talking about, and they understand the benefit of that. Also, you get bonuses as well. Kind of say, here's the core things, and here's how I'm going to help you get to that with all of these great bonuses I'm going to provide. Access, then put, say, well, actually, this is part of a bigger community. Describe kind of the support and community that you're going to do, the communication rhythm, kind of whether you're going to have weekly calls, messenger chat, kind of all of the things that they feel actually they're part of a community. So that, and then time, obviously, X weeks. I say 16 weeks is I think 16 weeks is a great time for a program, personally. The price is X, paid across 16 weeks, weekly or monthly amounts, or you want to save 20%, blah, 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 if you make it now, which works best for you. So that's basically kind of a very simple one-pager to sort of just get all of your core ideas, deliverables, outcome, what the time's going to take, and the investment that's going to happen. So is that something people are doing or have in their portfolio?
Okay. टाइम हो गया.
Please. Okay, thank you. So has anybody got a document like that they kind of like they have got some clarity around their offer? Yeah, me, thanks. Yeah, good evening. Yeah, good. No. I'll maybe revisit that, John, just to get some clarity around just, things change, offers change. Offers are never static, by the way. You start with something and then it changes into something else, or you feel as if, you want to be going in a different direction, or you're getting feedback from your clients and saying they actually want this, not this. So it's really good to sort of revisit your offer periodically and make sure it's actually still delivering. Yeah. Right click where I'm now. Yeah. That's good, Jim. Good, Ethan. All right. So that's just sort of an internal document. That's not probably something you can present. Say I present using a presentation, Canva presentation, 4 slides, as I say. Big sexy headline in terms of what you get over 16-week journey from X to Y, what you're going to get from me, list of maybe 9 bullet points. Then next slide is, hey, this is how we're going to the cadence of kind of every week 1 to 16, covering all of the main pillars of the program. And then, hey, investment is X dollars or X dollars per week. As I say, that's all you really need for your core offer. Right. Next, my Google Doc. So this is the good stuff in terms of what I'm going to show you guys is my no-brainer coaching offer. So I hope you can see that. Just zoom out of it. So this is a Google document. Now, as I say, I've got 2 offers. Kind of, they can do the presentation when you're going on sales calls. Yeah, when you kind of have those touch points, you book a call and you're, presenting your offer, and you just share your screen, go through your offer, ask people to buy. So that's one element. Another element is there's people maybe in your circle that you haven't engaged with for a while, but they know they have touch points with you, and they're saying, hey, I'm working on something new. I say that coming back to that new rather than improvement. I've been working on something new and I thought of you. You're kind of like, I thought of something that this might help you. Do you want me to send something over? And that's just a DM message you're sending to someone in your list, someone on in your messenger list. And they say, yes, okay, yep. And then you send over something like this, just like a simple Google document that kind of focuses on a program, something, that is, there's a certain amount of copywriting obviously in this, where you're kind of generating that emotional response from your prospect to get them, if they haven't taken action before, to get them to take action. So this is one. I've got impact coaches still wondering how to get your first 5 clients, wondering how to transition from wannabe coach to, oh my God, I can do this for a living coach. So I'm trying to get that excitement and kind of talking to my prospect, and then going into my particular unique mechanism, which is high ticket playbook I have in terms of what, the mechanism I have. 5 clients with 1 no-brainer offer, 1 platform solving 1 high stakes problem. So that's kind of my mechanism. And then going into, we're plugged directly into me, plug into my personal training and leverage as your own. So I'm trying to make it as attractive as possible, that you can be, it's not something, you're going to be left out on your own. You're going to be working with me personally, and you're going to be leveraging this as part of your, as your own. And then the contrast in terms of kind of where they are at the minute. Hey, I understand where you are at the minute. It's brutal out there. People kind of, you don't know where the next client's coming from, blah, blah. It feels too hard. So you're digging into the pain in terms of what they're dealing with. And then I get it. And then empathize, not sympathy, empathizing kind of where they are, and then using your own story as sort of a bridge, back in blah, blah, blah. I was selling, selling high ticket, but didn't work with paid advertising, blah, 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 co-on losing money, blah, blah, blah. So showing kind of where I came, the epiphany moment of kind of where I am today. So I came up with a simple playbook to get high ticket clients. So and a simplified contrast with all of the paid advertising that I was doing to send a simple process whereby you don't need ads, you don't need cold ADMs, no pushy subjects, no complicated tech. And so you're saying, you know, this is a simple process. You don't have to get overwhelmed. And then you can deliver kind of value for your clients while, you know, making an adequate living from your coaching. And then I do now, before I tell you what it is, I tell you what it's not. So I just want to figure out that this is not for people just looking for the quick fix. It's not get rich quick. It's not a program left you in a cold, not a program for passive income. Not a program drip feeds, good stuff where you get everything from day one. So it's not drip feed. Hey, you get everything you need in this mechanism, this high ticket playbook that I have. And the program is that actually all done with you, done for you. So the bonus is there in terms of, hey, I'm gonna be there with you. Well, as also I'm going to be helping you with elements maybe you're having problems with done with you, done for you elements of it. So and then going into the different elements of it, workshops, lead generating Facebook group. I'll set up Facebook group, lead generating for you, appointment setting system, content launch plan, sales calls, reviews. And then aside from that, support calls. So I'm figuring into what I'm personally going to help them with. And then bonuses where I add sort of, software packages that I can help them with, branding software I have, funnels that I have for them, I can help them, and access actually to virtual assistants as well. So I'm actually stacking it with bonuses to kind of say, well, you've got all this good stuff, but actually even better than that, I've got all this other stuff that's going to even make your life easier. And then once it's starting together, just to sort of future pace it, when we start together, I'll unpack it, no wasting time. You give them experience straight away, but just countering that, this is real stuff. This is action work, only prepared to do the work. The rewards will pay off, blah, blah. And then some social proof in terms of people I've worked with to kind of make sure, layer in sort of social proof within the document. So when they read it, that you have got results that people are talking about. And then you're sort of value stacking with a price in mind. Hey, and list all of the elements in terms of that you've just said, in terms of, hey, this is what it would cost in real world value, stacking the price, total real value is this. And then you sort of like, hey, this is, going to be a no-brainer decision for you. And then you kind of say, blah, blah, blah. So this is maybe the beta launch, which it was. So, and then it's 60% discount for the next 10 people. So you want a certain genuine scarcity. I don't like false scarcity. Actually, it was 10 people. So we're kind of a discount for the next 10 people and you're sending it out. And then blah, blah, blah. And then there's a price discount, kind of that for the next 24 hours only. So I'm giving someone to take action then there. So people read it and say, they say, well, this seems amazing value, but I've only got 24 hours to kind of make a decision on it. Price will going up, blah, blah, blah. And then actually I put that at the end there. I actually took it out from the thing, but that guarantee, you can put like a guarantee in there as well. And then blah, blah, blah. And then I send it by messenger. So to make it as low friction as possible, that I send it a messenger and they say, hi, just reply no brainer. And I'll sort it out for you. I'll send you over, payment link if you kind of want to do it on chat directly, or hey, let's book a call. We can go more detail in terms of how this would work for you. So that's something you send over in Messenger, a simple document. You create it once and you can reuse it and tweak it as you go on. What do you think of that? Any feedback on that? Simple Google document. It's nothing, no funnels, no, as I say, you could write that in a day. And you know, it's not just specific like a business coach like me. You can, put all your elements in, in terms of kind of each element. It's just sort of the different headings, and you can put your own specific flavor for each of that. It's not that hard. You don't have to put a lot of emojis or kind of make it nice or kind of like that. People are not going to buy because it's on a Canva background, by the way. People, buy they're reading it and they're excited by it in terms of that it's meeting them where they're at with a real problem that you can solve. This way of working seems to be the way to go. I've been looking into offers and use simple Google Doc like this. Yeah, Jim? Yeah, definitely. If you have people in your circle, it might not be good for, I still think, if you've got a high ticket, people want to be talking to talking to people on a sales call. But if you've got people, who, they've been having touch points, and you feel they're ready, they're about to make a decision, but they're just waiting to kind of for the right offer to be made to them. This is the type of document. Hey, I was thinking of you the other day, just working on something new. Do you want me to send up some more info across? And you send something like this. And then you just say, most of the time, hey, this is brilliant. This is kind of something I was just, I was stuck and I feel kind of, this would meet me where I'm at to kind of get over that problem I'm dealing with. Okay, no worries. Let's go on a call and see how it could work. Static offers in Canva and experiment with other software to create dynamic price plans for one-to-one copywriting service. Yeah, definitely. So there is, what was I going to say? So that there. So well, we've got another one here. That is the template. Now I've got a template. So that is basically the template. What you say there, that this here is built on a template for different headings in terms of that. So that is the template I've been using, like all of the thing, attention grabbing, who's it for, scarcity based, tease the solution, backstory, contrast backstory with proof of results, unique mechanism, cool name, in terms of what you have, tease the solution, benefits, emotional proof, price justification, what you get, who's it not for, how to get it, price reveal, urgency, scarcity, close link. So I give you guys want that. That is, if you want to take a slideshow of that, you can download it there in terms of those headings. You want to sort of set yourself up for, to have a go at creating your own Google document. Say, I just used those headings in terms of crafting my Google document. So it works like a dream. So if you want to there, if you want to take a screenshot of that, download it. So you don't have to put your name or email, just click it and you get that PDF. Okay. So also, if anybody needs help with their offer, actually given that Google document, I'm opening a few spots to anybody. If anybody wants help in kind of taking you through that, more than happy to kind of that. If you want to drop me a DM in the chat, offer help, assist you in creating a no-brainer high ticket offer. So I'll, whether it's a Google document, whether it's presentation you want to do, more than happy to have a chat in terms of how to assist you to create that brainer offer. So anybody wants to take me up on that, either watching me on Facebook on live, more than happy to, if you'd want to drop that in the chat, more offer help, I'll reach out to you and we can book a call to go through how to create that, because everybody should be having an offer like this here. It's just, this converts more better than having a video. I've tried video, and people watch video and they kind of drop off and they're not gonna, whereby it's easier to read. You can read that in less than 2 minutes, or less than a minute, in terms of can get excited about it. So I think everybody should have like a go to Google Offer. Omar, yeah, okay. I'll give you. I'll reach out to you. No worries. Do you want John? Any help on your side? Yeah. Jane, Ethan. Okay, no worries. Okay. So that's the thing. So that's about it, guys. So I hopefully got some ideas from that in terms of your own offer. Say it doesn't have to be. I go back to this slide in terms of it doesn't have to be everything. You know, if you think your offer is overwhelming, it's kind of you're trying to put everything in and trying to be clever, kind of that. You just think about what problem you're solving. What's the number one problem your client is losing sleep over? If you can even start from that premise and how you can put some kind of mechanism around that kind of creates some curiosity that you have something that's different from the market. That is a great start because you know you're setting yourself apart from a lot of the market who are just still, you know, going out with the same service-based offer and probably not getting very much traction. Yeah, no one's John. All right, no worries. So if there's okay, good stuff. Any more final questions on offer creation? Say, offers are really, really important. You have a really good offer, you don't have to do sales. You know, you can see that in what people are more doing is they have the Google document. They build up a big authority brand, and they're just selling through chat through a Google Doc. No sales call required because most coaches hate getting on sales calls. Imagine you had a Google Doc you could just send out to your audience, and they just bought in chat. That would, I think a lot of people would, you know, would kind of want to do that. All right. Well, thank you everyone for attending. I appreciate everybody's attendance, especially Ethan getting up so early in the US. Always appreciate people coming, spending some time learning something new. Hopefully you got some pointers for your own business. And my next webinar actually is actually how to, you know, taking this in the DMs, because Messenger is such a powerful way to actually get clients. So I'm actually going in about a lot of Messenger conversations. People just don't know what to say. How do you move people to business conversation? How do you actually make offers in Messenger? So my next webinar will be covering how to actually use that in Messenger to actually book appointments or actually make sales in Messenger. So look out for that webinar. It will be the next one I'll be doing. A good one, Ethan. Appreciate you. Thanks, Jillian. So thanks everyone for your attendance. I hope you had value from that. And I hope to see you in another webinar. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
Jillian.
you.
Omar. Thanks, Jim.
Thanks, Michael.
Okay. Bye.